since we first set foot on Inazuma. So many things have happened since then.
Yeah, we almost died about 5 times and went into debt.
Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey.
Really? Because we've basically learned nothing. Who that? What the hell? Damn, your weapons look better than mine. So you mean Lumine has to use the dual blade but not this guy? What is this misogyny? That's a man right there. Why are we fighting this guy? I think we should just take the... Wait, what happened? Huh?
So you don't have a vision after all?
Yeah, maybe you should lift up your visor and look. You picked a helmet that's too big for your tiny ass head.
Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them. No, wait. Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue. It's dangerous.
This man is literally walking around with Japanese Soul Calibur. I don't think he gives a damn.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaedehara Kazuha?
Nope.
He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animal vision.
Yo, don't tell him a damn thing, bro. This is treason.
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Seems like a real nutcase. Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about Kazuha.
You could call me many things. Liar, simp, financially irresponsible, but a traitor is not one of them.
Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we should go find Kazuha right away and tell him to watch his back. Oh? What kind of hunch?
This guy has a connection to Kazuha? Where in the hell did we get that from? So anybody that walks around trying to murder you has a connection? Sounds about right.
A special connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other?
Oh yes, more split dialogue options. Keep doing this.
Yeah, maybe a little. But then again, most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting, so that doesn't really prove anything.
No, they do not look the same. Man, why is Kazuha still down here at the migration docks? Bro, why don't you go home?
Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha.
My man got famous all of a sudden? Damn, they really trying to get his banner sales up.
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure deflecting God is a big deal.
He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryou Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him. I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable.
Oh, maybe Shogun actually likes him now. Who would have thought that violence was the way to get women's respect?
The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaedehara name. Regarding the history of the Kaedehara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed?
Wow, how could you really just say I forget? Lumine, there was a whole festival.
Considering Mr. Kaedehara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past.
Yo, give Zuzu his reparations. He done earned the shit.
In the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters.
Why?
We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
This is a true honor.
No.
I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun, and the Shogunate at large.
And maybe you can actually ask JoJo to give you your shit back.
However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
Uh-oh.
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice.
I don't trust you, man. You seem a little too happy.
With the Kaedehara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaedeharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end.
I don't think Zuzu really wants that, though.
You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City, with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full support of the Shogunate.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode. Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaedehara, and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
No, think about yourself. To hell with the ancestors, they dead.
Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaedehara Kazuha in town.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedehara really parried the Shogun's strike. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedehara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
What? But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
I don't know, he got a full head of white hair.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way. But perhaps if the shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Why do the rumors even matter if he doesn't want to stay here, though? He's not even gonna be around to hear them.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Personal profit, I mean friendship.
Why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me? This puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality.
Oh, so maybe that guy was a ghost or something.
All the more reason to watch your back. This guy was a serious nutcase.
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury, or worse.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Didn't you just hear what he said? Bruh, those men are gonna get booty fondled.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
Mine? You mean yours? You don't care about me, and I'm supposed to be the protagonist.
Hey there, we'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kaedehara Kazuha, we mean.
Didn't we just establish that everybody was already looking for him because he's famous now? What kind of dumb question is this?
To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaedehara's personal information.
They're trying to dox Zuzu?
Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want.
What?
If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
What the hell, bruh? Millions of mora? Maybe doxing ain't so bad.
Millions? Of mora? Whoa! Oh, wait, even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
You'd be surprised how things change when money's involved.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryou Commission would absolutely get involved.
So what about me? We just ain't gonna do nothing for me?
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now.
I mean, if he went after anybody else, they're probably dead as hell, right? But it's not like we were gonna remember their name anyway.
I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me.
What about me, though? Bro, I got you with 2 constellations. Don't be like that.
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time. One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Aren't those the blacksmiths?
Amenoma. Now there's a familiar name.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma Smithy. 2 grown men going missing at the same time.
Ouch.
Their cases are likely connected, but I don't know much in the way of details. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade. Perhaps he is the one you are looking for.
Oh, well that was easy. Let's go lock his ass up.
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
Zuzu, you're a celebrity now. You're kinda gonna have to get used to assassination attempts.
Ah, if it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha. What brings you here today?
Huh? You two know each other?
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the two clans.
Oh, so that's why that guy knew how to use your moves.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source, over time, each of us has arrived at a different blade-making philosophy, spawning the development of different branches of the same art. As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand.
That's kind of impressive.
There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out, until both body and mind have memorized the craft, turning each motion of every technique into an intrinsic part of the bladesmith's life.
Yeah, look at all that motion. He been doing the same one over and over for the past year.
As for the art of the Kaedehara clan, I believe it's called the Ishin art.
Is that a Sekiro reference?
That's right. Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Man, I just like to hit people with them.
You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedehara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive and well.
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan.
Yeah, fuck family. We selfish.
Ah, yes. My nephew. I reported the case to the Tenryou Commission, but I haven't heard anything back so far.
Your nephew tried to kill me.
He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss on what to make of it, but I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryou Commission.
I'm suing your family.
On the morning that Yuya went missing, he gave me a very cryptic look and said that he was going to give me a great gift. I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse,
Yoimiya?
and neither of them came back.
You see, this is why fireworks are illegal.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon.
Oh.
Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes up.
Yeah, he tried to kill me with that, sir.
Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible. Yuya is not that kind of person.
Sounds like you don't know your own family.
He is humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into a fight before.
Oh, you know what this is? I bet the sword has a will of its own and it corrupted him.
Anyway, should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
I'm gonna kill him.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now.
Who? Do I look like a Russian debt collector?
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again.
The IRS has eyes everywhere.
Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him.
Look like a bunch of bullshit to me.
Everything was fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Uh-oh. What happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them.
Oh no, he started playing gotcha.
On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Damn, bro, that's deep.
After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family?
Damn, bro, this is hard. It's sad, but this actually happens.
Amenoma Yuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men disappeared.
At first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price. But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
Nah, bro, that sword had grape juice.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance.
Really? Totally wasn't the whole fire and disappearance part.
The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe
No.
someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp.
No.
And
Stop now.
Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
Well, at least you're honest. Perhaps the fire was used to hide the truth.
An interesting explanation. I was also considering this possibility.
But you just didn't say nothing.
Maybe he recognized a blade as a fake, or a well-known stolen item. Either way, after arguing about it, the two men agreed to hide the truth of this matter. They thought a fire would destroy everything. But then the Tenryou Commission began investigating and uncovered some incriminating details, so they fled to protect their secrets.
That doesn't even make sense. Wouldn't a fire be the exact reason why the police showed up?
One fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict.
Hey, look at that dog.
Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there?
Why don't we just save time and just go to the warehouse?
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse.
Thank you.
There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
That dog is fused into the rock.
Wait,
Why?
I hear something ominous in the wind.
The hell kind of ears you got, son?
Oh, this must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
Oh, yeah, he'd make a great detective. Just don't investigate me.
It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami.
Tatarigami. What was that again? I get all of the terrors of Inazuma mixed up. There's just so many of them.
Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation.
So it's an underground warehouse.
Let's get the hell out of this rain. Shogun telling us the Hayaku.
From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters. But most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions.
Oh, I think I might have been possessed a few times as well. Yeah, I think Tatarigami got me ever since Kuki came out.
If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
Oh, okay. I think you're getting a little too big-headed now, bruh.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything.
Just jump in, bruh. Let's go.
It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
God dang it, man.
That was too scary. Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us.
Wait, those are real? Don't scare me like that.
Let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from. Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you. Perhaps you, too, will perceive its ominous presence in the wind.
This is just another way of saying elemental sight. Ah, how'd I know? Wait, why is the mist black? This is racist.
Whoa, look at all those hilly churls. They're acting really strangely.
Where? I don't see him.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
What are you talking about? I don't see anybody. Oh, they were hiding in the bushes. How the hell did y'all see through this bush? I didn't see this.
If only you could cleanse the corrupt souls of this world.
Well, that was metal as fuck, D-Luke. Damn.
Ugh, look at this red stuff. What is it?
By the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. It must have been written quite some time ago.
I'm surprised it's still here in this rain. Oh no, this is sad. He actually realized he went crazy. Bruh, Inazuma is like the saddest nation so far. What is this?
Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us.
Wait, they ate him? The Hillies ate that man?
Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the Hilly churls. There's nothing more for us to find here.
There are more important things right now? Damn, Lumine, that's cold.
I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Wait, you figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
Of course they are. I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point. We just read the letter. Oh, look at these conveniently placed wind rifts. This couldn't possibly be going the same direction as the black smoke, could it?
Show yourself. It's no use hiding anymore.
What a grand entrance.
What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Ame no Yuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Ame no Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
I told you this was Soul Calibur, bruh.
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind, and more recently using the sale as a means to affect—
Oh, so he stole somebody's body to be able to get revenge on you. Man, fuck this. I ain't the protag no more.
Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams. As a descendant of the Kaedehara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya. He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, It culminated in his creation of me.
I don't know, I think you were a mistake, but it's okay. I was too.
After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
God dang, bro. You just want to prove yourself to Shogun that bad? Damn, she even got the medal simping for her.
Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired or injured or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful.
I mean, I don't think we can expect a piece of metal to have morality.
Kaedehara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come. Now, give your body over to me!
Damn, this sword kind of giving me R. Kelly vibes. Trial. Why can't I use my Zuzu? I had a perfectly good Zuzu built for this. Wow, you have no juice at all, bruh. Or maybe I just been wailing too hard. D-look. Why? D-look. Wrong way, buddy.
Do not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
Bruh, you didn't even do shit.
Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will.
Can't we just throw him into the ocean? I think that's a viable strategy.
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Thinly? That thing was deep as hell.
If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
I mean, how do you think everybody else felt? They've been spamming every forum talking about your damn rerun.
Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak, to the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
I don't know, that sounds pretty strong to me still.
You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost.
Are we really about to talk no jutsu our way out of this?
I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward,
Doesn't have teeth.
the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth.
Doesn't have legs to run with, but okay.
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Yeah, you kind of a piece of shit, homie.
I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your so-called reality.
Yeah, take you a smoke, bro. Get some of that Naku in you.
It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedehara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
This is not sussy at all.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Don't do this,
Paimon, he's literally a demigod at this point. He'll be fine.
The cursed blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating.
Why are you whispering?
This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor.
Why are you whispering right in front of him? He can hear you.
Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me. We have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
How much you want to bet we're doing all this and the weapon's not even going to be a 5-star sword? Uh-oh.
Kazuha?
I'm okay. I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected.
Damn, bro, did we get to keep that glow effect on it?
If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its true power. If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
I'm pretty sure he can hear you, bruh. I'd be salty as hell if I was him.
Wait a minute. Paimon remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild.
When? Literally when? Wait, what's the sword at? This ain't what I signed up for. I've been had. Oh, now I got the sword. Hold on a minute, bro. I need to check what this thing can do. Prized Ishin sword. Wait, it's an attack percent? What? Azuzu's an EM character. What is this madness? Wait, so we just gonna randomly walk in here and just murder these men for no reason? Just to test this weapon? Doesn't something about this seem a little evil, Kazu? Like, I'm not normally the morality police, but this sounds kind of cruel.
Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Can't he hear you? You're talking right into his ear. Or eye, whatever the hell he has. Ninjas, I have so many questions, and I will never get the answers I seek.
Whoa. Something's up with the blade.
Oh, you lost some juice. God, these hits are doing so low. Bro, these hits are like critting for like hundreds. What the hell is this build?
Are you okay? It looked like you were really struggling the entire fight.
Yes. And it looks like he's reached his limit.
Boy, why you look so sad? What's wrong?
Perhaps this time, we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking about? Huh? What the? Is this the same blade as before?
Whoa!
It looks like a piece of junk.
Man, to be honest, I kind of like this look better.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy.
Damn! Man, Zuzu has come a long way. He went all the way from being a criminal to lecturing pieces of metal. What a guy.
Here they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from? Yup. We can help this time.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade.
Damn, he ain't even gonna use him no more. Just go on ahead and toss him aside, bruh. He useless. Damn, he ditched you for a 3-star weapon. That's cold, bruh. That's cold.
Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps I shall never reach that level of glory.
Bruh, it's deadass a 3-star weapon.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
What?
Hey! Got him!
The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry. From here on, I shall forge your legacy." How could I go back on my word?
Ninjas.
When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported to a strange dimension. It was somewhere I've never been. A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed. his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth.
Now let me have it so I could take it to Sumeru.
This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
So why don't you just keep it? You a good ninja, Zuzu.
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my forging like it was just yesterday. I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numbed the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Ame no Mayuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Oh.
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too? Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
Hush up, Paimon.
His attitude has grown a lot milder.
Hush up, Paimon.
What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since.
Well, you're kind of broke today, buddy.
You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience a true duel between samurai.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Ame no Mayuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you. He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
Wait, are we really doing this?
I see. He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward.
Man, he just went along with that real easily. No pushback or nothing.
More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here.
All right, I forgot about those people we murdered for no reason. Man, we're such honorable people.
We still can't let our guard down, even now. Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that Blade hasn't told us everything. Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, it's hard not to feel a teensy bit sorry for him.
I don't. Did you forget the part that he literally killed people? I don't think you can actually even fight enemies like him out in the open, can you? Yeah, they haven't let us fight actual samurai since the main story. All we get to fight is a bunch of Ronin with purple skin and voluptuous Russian women. Bro, are you dumb? What are you doing? What was that?
Thank you for the experience.
You just stood in the river. What was that?
There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness, nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin art. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha. I beseech you, please understand this.
You couldn't have just made it Kazuha's voice actor? No? Okay.
Yes, I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish.
And we just come back
He
to
would
his
like to
voice.
visit the Amenoma smithy.
So we just not gonna do anything about that guy's debts? Bro, the dad's dead and his wife's in debt. We ain't gonna do nothing about this?
But I have some good news as well. Ryuji from the Bonton Sango Detective Agency tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Wait, he's alive? Damn, I thought he was dead.
It seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
No, it's not. His family is doomed to financial crisis.
My power is almost spent.
Whoa.
Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean?
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness.
Wait, what the hell just happened? What was that? Oh, he's gonna make him a new body.
You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to
Oh,
come.
wow.
Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands,
Did you have to take control of his body to do
will
that?
still fulfill his final wish.
I think Zuzu would have still actually did it for you, but
Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
wow.
Rest in peace. The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them.
The remnants of a defeated god. Yeah, I don't know what the hell we're gonna do about all this, man. Is that sword even good?
I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me, just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way.
Yeah, that guy that I forget about to swipe on women.
After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
So you're saying I'm gonna get a free constellation, right?
The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanoma Yuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
What does that even mean? You can't listen to dirt.
Kagotsurube Ishin, a weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaedehara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaedehara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path.
Yeah, we ain't gotta stay here to rebuild your legacy.
However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
I mean, I think it's actually saying a lot that Shogun was willing to help him out after all this. And here I thought she was just an evil Asian mom.
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now. As for my next destination...
Sumu? Yeah, we going to Sumu. We gonna kill Scaramouche. Oh, I get the weapon after all these years. Damn, you can't refine it?